Hey, it's your friend Choice CJ here, and I'm coming to you guys with another Duel Links video. At the time I'm recording this, the Resonance of Contrast box just came out, and I was able to go through and get most of the cards, which is pretty excellent. I guess I can turn this off and let you guys look at this real quick. So we were able to get awesome new cards like Bujin YAMATO, like you see here. Snipe Hunter, which a lot of people are very hyped about in a variety of different decks. Other interesting cards, Defense Draw. People are saying this might go into sort of stall slash burn decks, so we'll have to see how that goes. Skill Successor is potentially interesting because it's got the ability to activate in the grave as well. So lots of neat stuff here. And to start, I wanted to use the Bujins, and that's what we've got in this deck here. I've done a few test duels with this deck, and it's actually really fun. Let me go ahead and put my deck list back up here, so that way when we go to the duels, you guys can see it. But it really focuses on Bujin YAMATO. This is the card that you need to start with, and this is why we're running Restart, because if we don't see YAMATO, we click Restart. That's pretty much all there is to it. This gets your engine going. This allows you to add a Bujin from your deck to your hand, and then you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard, which is where Centipede needs to be. You can banish Centipede from your graveyard to target a spell or trap card on the field and destroy it, which is very nice. If you have a Bujin YAMATO on the field, you can also get out Arasuda, and this can pony off of or piggyback off of what Yamato's doing. If a Bujin card was added to the deck, from your deck to the hand this turn, except by drawing it, you could draw one card, then discard one card. So it's a way to get another card into hand, and then you can discard another Bujin monster, or just another card in general. In terms of the back row, I've noticed that this deck has a difficult time versus like larger monsters, but not just that, like larger monsters that sit in defense mode and don't do anything. So we have two Super Rush to help us get over that, and then I just added this. I haven't tested it yet. I added a Kunai with Chain and a Metal Morph, hoping that that helps us deal with those things. We have double Mirror Wall for the large monsters that choose to attack into us. Floodgate for hitting annoying cards that get summoned, like Sergeant Electro and things like that. And then Curse of Anubis plus Windstorm, just because these are really nice cards in the meta right now. They help take care of big attacks from Red Eyes, Hazy Flame, and things like that. Although, like, I feel like this deck is going to really struggle versus Hazy Flame. Like, unless it gets Super Rush or Metal Morph or Kunai with Chain, it's not going to be able to get over. Not being able to get over Hazy's is pretty bad. So maybe I'll go back up to 3 Super Rush. That's what I had originally. And I'll add like another Metal Morph and drop Kunai with Chain. I can even drop like the Mirror Walls. They're not super important. But anyway, this is what we're testing with. I haven't seen any deck lists from anybody else. This is just from my own limited experience so far, from like 5 duels tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like 4 duels tonight. And we did win 3 out of 4. We could have won this this duel here, but it was versus a 30-card Fiend Farewell deck, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really interested in finishing this duel. I mean, I was probably gonna lose, but there's a chance that I could bring it back. It was just gonna be more effort than it was worth. So anyway, let's see if we can't find an opponent here and test out our Bujins. If you can get out YAMATO very early, it's very easy to sort of gain momentum, which is really nice, because you're just continually putting fuel into your graveyard, and like any Centipede that you banish to pop off a back row, that's a +1. And like there's plenty of back row destruction in this game, but it's usually at a 1-for-1. Centipede is a +1, even though it's slow. It is a +1. All right, so we did not really get what we were hoping for here. I think I'm just gonna set Boar, and we'll see where it goes from here. We are playing a Jaden deck. I wonder if this is where the heroes dwell. He does have 2 fusion monsters, so it could be that. In which case, this is the sort of deck that I think that we really struggle with. So yeah, it does seem to be a hero deck of some sort. So yeah, we'll see. Placeman's a very interesting card. I don't think that there's enough support for it in the meta. Oh, he's not playing heroes. He's playing Red Eyes / Dragon. That's what he's playing. Ooh, I'm really happy to see this. I've been wanting to build a deck just like this, but we'll have to see how it goes. Red Eyes / Dragon is going to be a little tough to deal with. I mean, we do have Mirror Wall and Super Rush, neither of which target. And so that's the main thing for Red Eyes / that you want to get around. So we'll see how it goes. It's got 3 back row, which is not great. So luckily here we get to hit him for 700 damage. We take those. Could he be running Where the Heroes Dwell? That doesn't really make sense for the Red Eyes deck. Let's see here. Yeah, this is really tough. Like, obviously that's a lot of back row. I don't really want to attack into that. But I don't know if I have another choice at the moment. Because if I just let him sit here, like, he's going to continue to do some shenanigans. So, let's just see. What's the worst that can happen? I've got my own protection. Let's just see if we can start trading here. If I can trade my Arasuda for a Mirror Wall from him, I think I'm alright with that. So, see how it goes. Yeah, like, the fact that we didn't open with Yamato here is really tough. He does have Mirror Wall, so like I said, trade that, no big deal. We only take 400 life points, not very sad about that. If we had opened Yamato, we could have put some Centipedes engraved and start picking off this back row. So he does play the Spirit. Do I have anything to immediately respond to that? No, I don't. Like, I don't have a Floodgate or anything. Even if I did have Floodgate, like, Floodgating Red Eyes doesn't do a ton for me immediately. Because, again, this thing has 2,000 defense. I can't attack over it with any of my monsters. Maybe I'll find a deck list tomorrow where someone's kind of been able to solve this problem already. But so far, hasn't really worked for me. That's why I added the Metamorph and the Kunai with Chain. So we've got the Neos Alias. This is a pretty neat deck, I'm not gonna lie. This is a very neat deck. Sends a Alias to grave, so it does. So this card must be Poly. Let's see here. I think I am going to play the Super Rush here. Select that. And activate Dark. So we can kill this Red Eyes. And then otherwise, now with that, this is out of the way, I can continue to sit here until he gets something better. He's probably not playing Neos if he's playing Red Eyes. So I don't have to worry about him, like, milling a... well, I guess he can't mill a Red Eyes anyway. He can only mill Elemental Hero monsters. But let's see. Do I want to... I think I'm going to keep this in hand until I draw Yamato. Because with this, you can get some additional shenanigans. Like, you get the ability to draw, which I don't know if that's better or worse than searching for a Bujin monster. Like, it's nice because you can draw into, like, back row and stuff like that. So, definitely not complaining about that. So, he's got a full field now. He must have Super Rush. Let's wait for him to activate it. He's got Enemy Controller. Target one face-up monster that your opponent controls. Let's see. What would I rather play? Curse of Anubis or Mirror Wall? I'd rather play Curse of Anubis. Because if he gets out another Red Eyes, then I need my Mirror Wall in order to deal with that. So, that would definitely be better. Oh, shoot. I forgot that Neos is not a... Well, I guess I'm activating this now. I forgot that Neos is not a... Neos Alias is not an effect monster. So, that was a misplay. I should have just went straight for the Mirror Wall. Luckily, though, we did draw a Yamato. So, I think all I'm going to do here is summon this guy. Please don't be Floodgate. Switch this to defense. I'm not even going to attack, just on the off chance that this is Super Rush. Because I want to get a Centipede engrave. which is going to be really important for blowing this thing up here. So we add Centipede, and then we send Centipede, and now we're finally looking like we're in business. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, this is the worst. The moment where you're about to sneeze. Oh, I didn't even end up sneezing. But, like, your whole world's about to fall apart. Ooh, this is scary. He could go into... what is he going to go into? He does go into Slash Dragon. So, I still have Mirror Wall up. He can't do anything. Please swing. Well, I guess now he can equip, which is good for him. But he takes the damage. I guess he just wanted the equip, and he wants one on this as well. So now he's got monsters equipped to both of his red eyes here. I get another YAMATO, which doesn't really help me right now. This is not looking great. Let's pop this. I guess let's pop this other back row. I mean, can I pop one of the Neos Alias? Does that really give me any advantage? I don't think so. Yeah, this is tough. Because I might just lose this next turn. I think I do. Oh, this is not just monsters. It's just, if it targets a card that we control. Okay, so then we definitely lose. So that's good to know. I mean, I guess we'll give ourselves a full field. He's going to have a difficult time getting over all of this. So who knows? There might be a play that we can make to come back from this. So let's see. Add a... I guess we'll add a Centipede. But I don't really know what we can possibly do with that. It didn't make sense to add any other monster, I don't think. So now we can activate Arasuda, draw a card. Maybe we'll draw something like Floodgate's okay. It's a little bit, it's kind of too little too late. So it's looking like this is going to be an L, but I'm still enjoying using this deck. Yeah, there's really no way we can come back from this, which is a bummer. Yeah, that Dark Hexfield Fusion was a nice draw. I mean, he still has the Poly in his hand, so it's not a huge deal. Like, he would have been able to figure out a way to get over me eventually. But does the Red Eyes Slash Dragon get an equip every time a Red Eyes monster? Yeah, so it gets attacked equipped to this guy every time. And then he... Okay. Yeah, I guess this works. That should be game. So he was just styling on me with the Red Eye Spirit and everything like that, so that's fun. Okay, let's go into another game. I do think the Red Eye Slash Dragon has potential. Like, I think nobody's really thinking it's gonna do much. Because there's lots of effects that get around targeting, right? Like Windstorm and Mirror Wall and things like that. But it could invalidate certain decks. Like, it makes Glad Beasts extremely difficult to use, and Glads are already extremely difficult to use around Hazy Flame. So if Red Eye Slash becomes good, Glad's gonna go down. So we'll see. We'll see. Use skill. No, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. Let's go with a Kunai with Chain and a Floodgate. We can end turn and activate YAMATO. We can put Centipede into our hand and then put it into the grave. And things are looking up. Things are looking peachy. So this does seem to be... oh, it's the new middle-aged mechs. But why does he have a fusion deck? Is he running Ancient Gears with Glads? So here's an Electro. So... yeah, I'm going to Floodgate this. You know, it's nice to save the Floodgate for Ancient Gear Golem, but I don't want him pinning on my other back row. I want to keep the kunai with chain if I can. Plus, this is good. You know, he can't use Super Rush versus me and stuff like that. Okay, so we get another Yamato. That actually doesn't help us right now. So we're going to attack into this. Hopefully he doesn't have Mirror Wall. I mean, I'm sure he does. But at least both of our back row is chainable. So we'll see what he does. He goes for Wall of D. I don't really mind that. So we can still attack over the Electro if we activate Kunai with Chain. I think I will. Because I don't want that Electro remaining face up. So yeah, so this is why, another reason why having these sorts of things is nice. So, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I get so excited with this deck, I forget to pop back row. So let's see if we can not do that next turn. Like, it would have been nice to pop that Wall of D, obviously. But now next turn we can just pop this guy. And because we didn't summon any other monsters, he doesn't have enough counters on here to summon Golem, which is pretty nice. Which is very nice, actually. It might even be a good idea to pop his, to pop this thing. So that he can't get that Golem off. So we'll see. We'll think about what we want to do. So he wisely doesn't attack. He can wait another turn until he gets a, until he gets his Gemini summon off. So let's go ahead and summon Arasuda. I do think I'm going to pop the castle. I do think that that's the right thing to do. Does he have Floodgate? Doesn't seem like it. So we can activate Centipede. And we can blow up the castle. So that's great. I think I'm just going to continue to play pretty patiently. So, like, I can go ahead and put another Centipede in Grave. Which is nice. So basically what I'm thinking is I can get to the point where it's pretty safe to attack into him, and even though he's bigger than me, I've got my Boar in Graveyard, so I can switch him to defense mode. So that's the thought. And we'll see what we draw here with Arasuda. If it's like a back row, I'll probably keep it. It's a Yamato, so let's discard another Yamato. I guess it doesn't really matter which one I discard. But yeah, he should Gemini summon this turn, which means that we will go for Mirror Wall next turn, or, you know, before the battle phase. So that's exactly what he does. That's peachy. Let's go ahead and protect ourselves with Mirror Wall. We can actually protect ourselves for 2 turns and blow up 2 back row. I think that might be the thing to do. We do get an Arasuda. So let's go ahead and pay. We can then activate Centipede, which is excellent. I have a feeling that this right-hand card is like Floodgate. I mean, I don't know that for sure. Rare Metamorph. Okay, this only protects him from spells. Yeah, and it didn't matter because I blew it up anyway. No, there's no reason for me to go crazy here. Let's wait one more turn, because then I can attack completely freely. So let's add the last Centipede. And then ditch it. And in case you guys are wondering, the reason that I didn't summon Yamato or Arasuda is that you can only control one of those monsters. Like it says right here, you can only control one Bujin Yamato. I've got to keep the Windstorm. I'm going to discard the Arasuda. So it's just, that's obviously pretty good. So unless he's got the ability to blow something up here, I'm looking pretty safe. Perfect. Perfect. And we drew a Metamorph. Not bad. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Okay, so now we can activate our Centipede. Blow up the last back row. Hopefully it's not like Curse of Anubis. That would be pretty sad. Because it's Pulse Mines, so it's basically the same thing. So let's set a Windstorm, set a Metamorph, and go to end phase. Do I want to activate? I mean, there's only one copy of Arasuda left. No, I'm okay. I don't want to mill myself out. I don't want to deck out versus this. So let's see what he's got. He must have like 2 golems in hand, because he can't summon anything else. He hasn't set any back row. And now we're waiting for response. I don't want him to DC. This has been a really fun duel. Okay, he DC'd. So anyway, it sucks that we couldn't finish that, but I think we were on track to win. Like, you guys could see what was going to happen next turn. Boar was going to be able to turn his thing into defense mode, and we'd finally be able to get over him. And then we would just poke and eventually take him out. And it helped, too, that we drew the Metamorph. Metamorph would help us get over his big monsters. Big, relatively speaking. So, let's do 1 to 2 more. It just depends on how long these duels take. Bujin is definitely a slow deck. That is for sure. You know, a cute card actually would be Soul Transition. We might have to look at teching that in. Just because it's a good way to, you know, we're not doing, like, hardly any special summoning. Arasuda has a special summoning effect, but it's not really that necessary. So we're playing Dual Standby. Do you use a skill? No. So hopefully this isn't Cancer. If it's Cancer, then, well, what can you do? Let's put a Centipede into the grave. I wish that there was, like, more good support cards besides Centipede for Bujins right now. Like, they didn't have to give us Crane. I understand that that card is, like, really broken. But they could have given us any of the other ones. Like, maybe they give us Turtle. There's not a whole lot of monster effect negation in the game right now, so I guess I can understand why they didn't give Turtle. But, like, there's a whole bunch of these Bujinji monsters. I don't know them all necessarily off the top of my head. Okay, sets 1. No problem. We can pop it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Hopefully it's not like Wild Tornado. If it is, I'm going to be sad. Well, not that sad. I've got another YAMATO in hand. Let's see. It's a Floodgate. Super. No, I don't need to activate the special summoning effect. We can summon this. Set 1. So I don't know what this is, but it's not Cancer. Or at least it's not very good. So let's now go to end phase. Now we get all of our shenanigans. Let's add a Centipede. And we can ditch that. And then with the Arasuda's effect, we'll end up ditching Boar. So we'll add a card. And we'll ditch the Boar, as I said. And we drew Kunai with Chain. I'm pretty happy with that. We got some good protection here. I don't think... Yeah, okay, so that was a weird duel. We'll definitely get one more. I want to click on that deck list and figure out what the heck it was. It's definitely weird. So, 104 victories. Getting close to that last SR ticket. Like, as soon as I get to that, I'm probably not going to play anymore. So, it was some sort of, like, Cancer-looking deck. I mean, I say Cancer, it's got 2 copies of Cursed Bamboo Sword. I guess other than that, it's not necessarily that bad. It's abusing Mahavelo, which is pretty cool. But I don't think... Yeah, this is just someone testing a fun deck. I guess that's all that I can really say. And, you know, more power to them. More power to them. Nothing wrong with having a fun deck. That's pretty much what I'm doing. You know, Bujins is probably, like, strictly fun right now. I don't think it's got the viability to be a dominant deck. Not right now. Give us 1 copy of Honest, and then we'll be talking. Use skill. Yes, we did not draw YAMATO. Very simple formula. Draw Yamato, you're good. And it looks like we did not even draw Yamato this time. So we're playing against Bastion, and all of the skills that he has now, or pretty much all of them, have all been buffed. Like the Mighty as Fire and the Silent as Water. Those have all been buffed quite a bit. So that's pretty nice. I guess I'm going to summon Arasuda, for lack of better things to do. We can go ahead and set these two back row. And let's attack into what he's got. I'm expecting, honestly, that this is Jurax, just because that seems to be what I'm fighting the most. And it's not. It is Trance Archfiend. So, is this some sort of Dark World deck? I don't really know. We should find out here momentarily. He's got, ooh, Snipe Hunter. I mean, he might be disappointed to learn that Snipe Hunter does not work with Dark World cards, but it doesn't really matter. He's got the opportunity to pick off a bunch of stuff here. So it picks off this thing. I don't need to activate this. Alright, we are safe. We rolled a 1. You have to get a 1 or a 6 in order to avoid getting your card destroyed. So now he's going for the Windstorm. Again, I don't really care. That is successful, so he blows up my Windstorm. And he's got the opportunity to do one more. Oh, and he's got Dark Necrofear. Interesting. So this is a little bit of a problem. So let's see what he does here. It makes sense that Snipe Hunter would go into a Dark Necrofear deck. So let's go ahead and set this to Dark. He will end up taking my Arasuda, which is not good. But luckily I've got Centipede in hand, which is bigger than the Arasuda that he's going to steal. And like you can see, he's got 2, but then I'm about to get up to 3 cards, and I can very easily destroy this Arasuda. And I got a Yamato. Hey, that's perfect. I think actually there's no reason not to attack the Snipe Hunter right now. Like there is no... yeah, there's no threat, like further threat of stuff happening here, but with the Snipe Hunter, he could potentially destroy a card next turn. So we're just going to attack this. And now we're looking great. Let's add a Arasuda to our hand, and we'll ditch the Centipede. And he doesn't really have much back row to blow up. But, you know, that's the card that we want to put in the grave anyway. I suppose next turn we can use Centipede to blow up Dark Necrofear. And that would be pretty fun. So we put it into defense mode. Does it get destroyed if you blow up Dark Necrofear? I'm not actually sure how this works. Let's find out. We can activate, and like there's no doesn't really bother me to do this. Like even if it doesn't work, like doesn't seem that there's any other back row in this deck that we can that we need to worry about losing to. So we get the monster back, so that's perfect. So now we can swing for 3,400, and the game is practically over. Even if he draws Snipe Hunter, he can only destroy up to 1 card. So let's activate Yamato. We can, let's do Boar, like, because I don't think we need Centipede, like I mentioned. And let's see if we can draw 1 more card here with Arasuda, something that's useful. And cross your fingers, and we get a Super Rush, which is not bad. I'm going to discard this Arasuda, just because I'd like to keep the Yamato in case I need it. But yeah, I don't think we can lose this duel now. I might actually get 1 more. So he does summon Snow. Dark as Night. So here comes the Mystic Plasma Zone. I'm just going to go ahead and activate Curse of Anubis right now, just in case somehow this card is Anti-Magic Arrows. Like, there's almost no way that that's possible, but just I want to play it safe. The one card it could be is Sphere Kuriboh. That would not be super good, but I mean, even if it's Sphere Kuriboh, what sort of follow-up play can he really have? Not a whole lot. It does seem to be Sphere Kuriboh, so sends that to grave. Yeah, but like, what is he gonna draw now that hurts me? Especially because now we can go ahead, send Centipede to the grave. This deck mills out really fast, which is not good. Like, in a meta that's dominated by red eyes, there's bound to be lots of counter decks that use mill and stall as strategies. Like, we already have seen getting a little bit popular on the ladder, the Endless Trap Hole, or Endless Trap Hell decks, not Endless Trap Hole. He sent a Sphere Karibo. Alright, now we win. I don't think there's... Yeah, I think he just has to forfeit now. Cool. I don't think I'll play another duel. This has already been a sufficiently long video. But, yeah, what I was saying is that the Endless Trap Hell and, you know, Worm Mill, stuff like that, already counters Red Eyes really hard. It just seems like Bujin's going to be hurt by that as well. So, well, we'll see how Bujin ends up doing in the metagame. And up to 105 wins. That's pretty great. And that's going to do it for this episode of Duel Links. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I can get some other cool new decks out to you guys soon, like the Red Eye Slash that we saw in that first duel. That was pretty nice. So make sure you check out the channel for other gaming content. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later.